If one unexpected bill, one late meeting, one bad night of sleep, one sick day, or one person asking, can you do me a quick favor, can throw your whole day off balance, you might just be a no margin Maya. And let me say this with so much love right now. You are not dramatic. Your life may just have no breathing room whatsoever. No margin Maya is the woman whose life only works when absolutely nothing goes wrong. And that's a problem because life loves going wrong, right? Life wakes up every morning looking for a way to humble somebody before lunchtime. Maya is not weak. She is not lazy. She is not bad at life. She is just simply overextended. Her schedule is jam-packed. Her budget is super tight. Her energy is depleted. Her nervous system is on the edge of its seat, right? And her patience is one minor inconvenience away from filing a formal complaint. So today we're talking about no margin Maya, what she looks like in real life, why small things feel so big when you have no cushion, and how to start building breathing room back into your life. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I am Kiara Ivy, aka Kiara the Concrete Rose, aka your lifestyle design bestie. And around here, we talk about lifestyle design, adulting, soft life strategy, personal growth, and just building a life that actually feels like yours. This video is part of my Adulting Is Ghetto Avatar series based on my book, Adulting is Ghetto, a no BS guide to organizing your life, managing your money, and getting your shit together. Okay. And in this series, we are breaking down the patterns that make adulting feel much harder than it has to be. Not so we can shame ourselves, but so we can finally name the pattern and do something useful with it. Okay. So Maya is the woman who does not have enough room in her life. Not enough room in her calendar, enough room in her budget, not enough room in her energy, and definitely not enough room in her emotions. So everything is packed so tightly that one small disruption creates a whole domino effect. One unexpected expense turns into a financial spiral. One appointment running late throws off the rest of the day. One hard conversation drains the little bit of patience that she has left. One bad night of sleep makes the whole week feel suspicious. One extra request from somebody feels like the final straw, not because the request is huge, but because her capacity was already maxed out. So that is no margin Maya. Let me read a little piece from Adulting is Ghetto so you can hear how I describe her in the book, okay? And I'll show y'all the picture of no margin Maya. Y'all see her? Okay. So let me read this piece. Maya's issue is not always that she is doing life wrong. A lot of the time, her real problem is that she has no breathing room, no extra money, no extra time, no extra energy, no room for mistakes, no room for delays, no room for bad weeks, bad moods, bad news, or bad luck. Okay. And that's the heart of no margin Maya. Her life only works under perfect conditions. And baby, real life does not care about your perfect conditions. No margin Maya is technically managing, but barely. On paper, she may look like she is handling things. She is going to work, paying bills, answering messages, showing up where she needs to show up, and trying to keep everything moving. But behind the scenes, everything is stretched thin. Her money is stretched thin. So even a small financial inconvenience can feel like an attack. A car repair, a medical bill, a random fee, a higher than usual grocery run, or one automatic payment hitting at the wrong time can throw off the entire month. Her time is stretched thin, so her schedule only works if everything goes exactly according to plan. And we already know that life does not move like that. A meeting runs over, traffic acts up, right? Customer service moves at the speed of molasses, and suddenly dinner is late. The laundry is still sitting there, the email is unanswered, and now she's irritated with everybody, including herself. Right? Maya plans her life like she is a machine, then gets frustrated when her actual body shows up with needs, moods, hormones, headaches, low iron, stress, and a deep desire to sit down somewhere. Emotionally, she is often one inconvenience away from snapping because the stress never really gets processed. It just keeps stacking. So when that one extra thing happens, right? It is not only about that one thing, it is about the thing landing on top of everything else. That is why a small issue can feel so huge when you have no margin, right? Like it is not the size of the problem, it's the lack of cushion underneath it. The tricky thing about no margin Maya is that a lot of us have been taught to treat this as normal adulthood, right? We have been taught that being responsible means staying busy, stretching every dollar, filling every hour, saying yes even when we are tired, and squeezing our real needs into whatever tiny cracks are left over. So Maya starts thinking, this is just life. Everybody is tired. Everybody's stressed. Everybody is one bill away from cussing out the banking app. And yeah, adulthood comes with pressure. Bills exist, work exists, responsibilities exist. Life is not always going to feel spacious and calm, but there is a difference between having responsibilities and having no room to absorb real life. That is the part that Maya has to understand. A life with no margin can look responsible from the outside, but it is actually fragile, right? It may function as long as nothing goes wrong, but the moment real life starts being real life, everything gets shaky. That is not because Maya is failing. It's because her life, again, has no cushion. Margin is what keeps an inconvenience from becoming a full on crisis. It is what keeps a delay from ruining the day, a bill from wrecking the month, a hard week from taking you completely out, and somebody else's emergency from swallowing your entire nervous system. Having no margin costs more than people realize. It costs money because when you have no financial breathing room, you end up paying for pressure. Late fees, overdraft fees, rush fees, convenience fees, last minute decisions, they all add up. Pressure is expensive and it rarely produces your best choices, right? It costs time because a packed schedule leaves no room for real life. Maya plans a perfect day, but real life adds traffic, delays, a forgotten item, a random phone call. And now the whole plan is in shambles, right? It costs peace because when your life has no margin, your brain is always bracing for impact. Even when things are technically fine, like some part of you is waiting for the next thing to go wrong, and it costs joy. This part matters. When all of your energy is going towards survival math, it is very hard to feel light. It is hard to be creative. It is hard to laugh freely. It is hard to enjoy your life when your mind is constantly calculating what you have left. How much money is left? How much time is left? How much energy is left? How much patience is left? How much of me is left? That is a heavy, heavy way to live. And eventually, Maya starts blaming herself for being tired, irritated, anxious, overwhelmed. But nobody feels calm when every single dollar is assigned, every hour is booked, every task is urgent, and every setback has a domino effect. This is not a personal flaw. This is a life with no slack, right? So one of the biggest mindset shifts for no margin Maya is understanding that margin is not laziness. Margin is not you being irresponsible. It is not you lowering your standards. It is not you giving up on your ambition. It is not you becoming less capable. Margin is wisdom. Margin is the space that allows life to be human. Financial margin means there is at least a little room in the budget, even if it is small. Time margin means your calendar is not packed so tightly that one delay ruins everything. Energy margin means you stop planning your life around your highest capacity self all the time. Emotional margin means everything does not get treated like an emergency. That is what margin does. It gives your life room to hold you. And that is the part Maya needs the most. She does not need to become tougher. She needs to stop building a life that only works when she is at her toughest, when she is at her strongest. Now, let's make this practical, okay? If you are a no margin Maya, do not try to create margin everywhere at once. That will just overwhelm you and send you right back into the same cycle. Okay. Start with one kind of margin: money, time, energy, emotions. Ask yourself, where do I feel the most stretched right now? If the answer is money, your first move is to create even the smallest financial buffer. I am not talking about like a fully funded emergency fund by Friday, okay? We're going to be realistic. I am talking about a little breathing room. Cancel one subscription, pause one unnecessary expense, set aside a small amount of each week. Find one place where money has been leaking and plug that leak. If the answer is time, look at your calendar and ask, okay, where am I pretending things take less time than they actually do? That question will gather you real quick because a lot of us plan like errands take 15 minutes, appointments never run late, traffic behaves, and our bodies teleport. And I wish they did, but they do not, okay? So start adding buffer time around the things that actually run over. Okay. If the answer is your energy, ask, where am I expecting too much from my tired self? Maybe you need easier meals during busy weeks. Maybe you need fewer commitments in one day, a lighter, reset routine, or a lower bar for what handled actually means, when it comes to your body, especially when it comes to you already being exhausted. If the answer is emotional margin, ask, what keeps making everything feel urgent? Sometimes emotional margin comes from not answering messages immediately, not absorbing everybody else's stress, not saying yes right away, or giving yourself permission to just pause before you respond. A simple sentence can help. Let me check my capacity and get back to you, instead of just immediately saying yes. That sentence alone might save Maya's whole entire nervous system, because Maya has a habit of committing before checking what she actually has available. You know, then she resents the commitment later. We are not doing that anymore. The real shift for no margin Maya is learning to stop treating breathing room like a luxury. It is not. Breathing room is part of the system. It should be part of your lifestyle design. A lot of us wait until we have more before we allow ourselves to create margin, more money, more time, more support, more stability, more clarity. But margin is often what helps you get to more. So you need a little bit of space to think clearly. You need a little cushion to make better decisions. You need a little time to stop living in reaction mode. You need a little energy left over if you want to build anything beyond survival. So Maya's question cannot just be, how do I get everything done? Her better question is, what am I doing that leaves me with nothing left? That question is honest, because sometimes the issue is that your life has no protection around your capacity, and capacity needs protection. Your money needs protection, your time, your energy, your peace. It all needs protecting. That does not make you weak. It does not make you inefficient unproductive. It makes you a grown ass woman who understands that life is going to life no matter what, and you need a setup that does not collapse every time it does. Okay? So if you saw yourself in no margin Maya, please do not beat yourself up. You are not dramatic because small things feel big right now. Small things feel big when there is no cushion underneath them. You are not failing because you need room. You are struggling because your life has not been leaving you any room. And one of the most grown woman things that you can do is stop building a life that only works under perfect conditions. Your assignment this week is simple. Choose one place to create a little bit more margin for yourself. Not your whole life, just one place to start. Add 10 extra minutes between commitments. Put a little money aside, even if it's small. Say no to one thing that you do not have the capacity for. Make one part of your week easier on purpose. Leave one blank space in your calendar and don't rush to fill it. Small margin repeated over time becomes support. If this avatar hit a little close to home, my book, Adulting is Ghetto, is available on Amazon, and I'll link it in the description. The book goes deeper into no margin Maya, the other Adulting is Ghetto avatars, and the study method for building a life that's more organized, more supported, and just less dependent on last minute miracles. So for now, tell me in the comments, are you a no margin Maya? And where do you need margin the most right now? Is it money, time, energy, emotions? Which one? Drop it below. And if this conversation resonated with you, like it, subscribe, and stick around because we are going through all 6 of my Adulting is Ghetto avatars one by one. Because around here, we are not just laughing about adulting being ghetto, we are getting our lives together all the way. Okay? Bye, y'all.